Good morning, everybody. So today we are talking about one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive oil in the world, rose oil. So rose oil is one that appears in a lot of our mythology from around the world. It's linked to Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, Roman mythology. In fact, the ancient Romans used rose oil a lot in their purifications and their temples. And yeah, and it's just one of those really, what's the word I'm looking for? Just really comforting scents that we've smelt our whole lives. Probably thanks to our grandmothers and their rose gardens around in the world. Now, what makes rose oil so expensive is the amount of petal that is needed to just make 1 ml. So to make 1 ml of rose oil, you literally need 1,000 rose petals. So that is why it is so expensive. And the fact that there are only 3 varieties of rose in the world that are used to make rose oil, and they are the damask rose, the cabbage, and the May rose. And they are, if I remember right, are grown in Bulgaria. Now, rose symbolizes confidence, love, happiness, and passion. And according to Greek myth, there's actually a couple of different versions. Aphrodite. Well, the first version is that Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, a drop of her blood gave the rose its colour, and in another version it was Adonis. Cleopatra was said to have used rose oil in her arsenal of seduction, and it's a very common ingredient found in spells to attract love, to heighten desire and passion, and to increase fertility and fidelity. Now, rose oil. Now, if you're using rose oil in your spiritual practice, it does help to instill devotion, bringing about inspiration and wisdom. So when we say devotion, we mean devotion to the Creator or to the universe, whichever terminology you prefer to use in your spiritual practice. It's also known to bring peace into the home. Its healing energy brings happiness and friendship and luck. For one looking to bring in some fairy luck, for those of us who like our fairies are enamored with the essence of rose oil. So if you're wanting to attract the fairies into your life, have some rose oil burning. Now, rose oil is often used in banishing and binding spells as well to help release you from hexes. It also helps to provide emotional comfort in times of sorrow and loss. Roses are associated with confidence, courage, power, health, and strength. Now, the rose oil and roses are associated with our heart chakras, and as such they will help to open up our hearts, allowing us to give and receive love. It helps to stimulate our creativity and is a useful oil in meditations involving visualization as such. Rose oil is an antidepressant, antiseptic and antiviral. It is also an aphrodisiac, and it can help to reduce high blood pressure, and also pretty much high blood pressure and heart palpitations will help to ease that. It's pretty much a lot of heart conditions rose oil can help with. And in a clinical trial, rose oil was seen to have an anti-anxiety effect, so it is useful in treating palpitations. It is also helpful in easing irritability and insomnia, and it helps to release anger, despair, and frustration. So if you think about when you smell a rose, you don't feel angry when you smell a rose. You feel, you can literally you feel love and joy when you smell that rose. Now, as it works with opening the heart chakra, it soothes feelings such as anger, fear, and anxiety. Rose oil is considered a tonic for the uterus, so for us females, it helps to regulate menstruation, relieving cramps and excessive bleeding. Rose oil is also wonderful for the skin. It has a softening and hydrating effect on the skin and helps to calm redness and inflammation. Now, so as we discussed, it does take 1,000 rose petals to make 1 ml of rose oil, which is why it is so expensive. So if you're seeing rose oil out there and it's literally under the $100 mark, I would question the quality of that oil. Unless, I've actually grabbed my cedarwood oil because I've actually run out of rose oil. So I don't know if you can see it there. On the bottle, it actually will say, so with the cedarwood, it says 100% pure essential oil. So if you're looking at it and it says, what happens a lot of the time is a lot of the aromatherapy companies, they do a rose jojoba oil blend. So about 95% to 97% of the oil will be jojoba, but it'll actually say down here 3% absolute rose essential oil, and make sure you look for the absolute rose, because then that means it is the actual rose, pure rose essential oil. It'll only be 3% of it, but you still can get the effect. If it actually does say 100% absolute rose essential oil on the bottle, then the price when I last priced it was around $120 for 2 mils. So you've got a rough ballpark there. But other ways that you can utilize rose, if you're thinking, oh gosh, no, there are other ways you can utilize it as in rose water. So rose water is a great base for facial toners. You can also get rose tea to ingest it internally so that you can get the other health benefits. And other ways I like to utilize it is in my salt scrub, which you guys saw me make the base of it the other day. But as you can see, I've got the rose petals intermingled in the actual rose scrub, so then I'm getting also, so those rose petals are infusing in with that coconut oil that I blended in there the other day, and that helps bring out the rose essence as well. So there are other ways to utilize rose without having to go to the expense of buying the 100% absolute rose essential oil. So as I said, rose water is a fantastic alternative. Rose teas are a fantastic alternative, and it is a essence that I do highly recommend people utilize in their daily lives, because it does work with that heart chakra, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there wants to be able to feel, give and receive more love in this in our daily lives. So that's just a little video. So yeah, just a little bit of information today on rose oil. Please let me know if there's anything else you would like me to cover, especially in regards to oils. And I'll see you all soon. Bye!